The Etsy Holiday Market really is the kickoff to the holiday season. So we're one of the first craft shows in the area, and we have over 100 vendors throughout the course of the weekend. Everything you'd want to find for Christmas, we have it here. Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4 both days. When you're shopping on Saturday, you'll get free entry on Sunday. It's just $2 to enter, and 16 and under are free. It's more and more important for our local customers, the people that live in Waterloo region, to support local makers like the people we have here. They are small producers, right? So any increase in cost is detrimental to their business. And so many are choosing not to ship worldwide or to sell outside of their local area. They're only choosing the Etsy Holiday Market or some of the other markets in the region. And so that's why it's so important for people to shop locally from some of the creative artisans that are here. We're finding from our customers that they're shopping more intentionally. So they're not buying as much, but the things that they're buying mean more. And so when they come to the Etsy Holiday Market, they get to speak to the makers, hear how it's made, and when they give that gift to someone, it means that much more. And so they may not be buying as much for Christmas this year, but it's with more purpose.
I sell custom pushpin travel maps and travel accessories. So I have fabric pushpin maps and little handmade map pins that you can use to mark your travels, as well as travel journals and other travel related gifts. These are not mass produced. I'm making each pin myself and painting them and designing all the maps and framing the maps myself as well. I am currently unable to ship my products to the United States, which is about half of my customer base, because of the tariffs. I make the pins myself, but the metal component that I use is imported, and without the exact manufacturer address in the country that they are manufactured, I cannot ship them to the States right now. Even with paying tariffs, there's no way to register them as a product that I can sell. So I've had to turn off US shipping, which is detrimental at this time of the year especially. This is always a really good market for us. It's really busy. The community comes out and supports us really well. I have a lot of people who come back year after year to get more pins or get another map or more journals for someone that they've bought things for before, which is really nice.
I sell t-shirts, enamel pins, patches, tote bags. I design it all, and I hand screen print all of the shirts and tote bags in my basement. I take what I call a double negative mentality on a lot of things, which is to say I'm positive, but I come about it in kind of a dark way. So, one of my most positive messages to me is don't die today, which you might think is sad, but I think is like the best goal you can have of any day. I also like kindness, but, in this case, I do it in sort of a harsh way, or I have the phrase kill them with kindness. I just like to go about things and sort of like come at it a little sideways. Tariffs have been affecting it greatly. There's a lot of my pins, and I make these lucky coins, and those I often ship to the States. And figuring out the process when all of the tariffs came in was huge, and now my shipping rates have to be really high in order to cover the tariff costs before it goes to somebody in the States. As well as just like giving me a lot of extra work I had to do to figure out how to do it. And then, yeah, lots of my friends here have had their sales just reduce massively. I love getting to talk to people about this stuff because like you can buy it online and you can look at it, but like having a conversation about this stuff and getting to connect with people is really cool for me. Getting to sell it directly to a person and not have to go through a website is great. Knowing that you might be a part of somebody's Christmas morning is like fantastic.
I'm primarily a digital artist, and I'm focusing, right now my niche is Kitchener-Waterloo, local landmarks, hidden gems throughout the city, mostly structures, places that people are familiar with and have been around for quite a long time. My work is primarily digital, but it's also has a very painterly quality to it, so it's this crossover between digital and traditional, and I call it neo-nostalgic art. It has photographic qualities because it is digital, but it still expresses an emotion that photography can't. And I try to really capture like the neon aspects of signage and the warmth because it conveys that emotional aspect of nostalgia. I've learned a lot from people about the Schneider sign, for example. Today especially, I talked to the lady whose grandfather made this sign. So there's a lot of history there, and I've learned so much about these places since I started doing this. Things about our city, interesting facts and information about all these places I would not have known before. And that's why I ultimately created the book, which is a collection of all the stories, and it's kind of like a community journal. Because my work is hyper-local, the tariffs don't really cross over into my territory as much, which I'm quite fortunate for. But I know that's very different for people who have a larger audience.